mucker, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're having a great night. Okay, there is more to do with Trisha Paytas coming for and exposing Ethan Klein. This time we have a bazillion tweets. Now, if you're aware, we've made videos on my channel recently that have to do with Trisha literally making a feature film on their YouTube channel exposing Ethan, and I don't say that lightly. I literally mean that there is the same runtime with the videos that Trisha has posted exposing Ethan Klein than the new Cruella video, movie. Literally someone tweeted that, that new movie, is it Cruella de Vil or Cruella or whatever like that? Trisha Paytas' 3 videos on Ethan Klein last night have a longer runtime than that 2021 movie. And the list of movies that have a shorter runtime than Trisha's exposed videos on Ethan, the list goes on and on. So this is what we're working with here, and somehow there's still more with a bunch of tweets that we're going to go through. And this is a couple hours after this has happened, and none of these have been deleted. So these are obviously what Trisha stands by. These were tweeted last night and have not been deleted, so I'm going to take it at face value that Trisha still stands by these, and you may do the same, because if not, they would have been deleted. Some were deleted, but the majority were kept up. So I hope you're well. Things have been not calm on the internet recently, so let's just get right into it. And I mean a lot of tweets. Again, I don't say that lightly. If you watch my channel and you know what we talk about, you know that. So literally, for example, I'm going to scroll up to the top. So first of all, Trisha still follows me on Twitter, which only a matter of time. And I appreciate that I'm making these videos that are talking about, more negative things that happen to do with Trisha. And I know that pretty soon we ain't gonna follow each other on Twitter anymore, so let's take this moment and I appreciate that. However, I do need to talk about things that are happening, and I want to cover all sides, and when Trisha's doing something I don't agree with, I'm gonna call that out, because Trisha recently has been a horrible person on the internet. So this is what we're dealing with. So we're scrolling through. Let me get to when we start. So many text conversations with Ethan and WhatsApp messages with Ethan being exposed by Trisha, which is interesting because Trisha called Ethan out for tweeting out their conversation history and said that that was Ethan being toxic and manipulative and, going behind their back, even though Trisha did it first. Again, more, but we'll get to that. We have the treat of so many tweets. Okay, so here we go. So this was when Trisha was responding to Ethan's video just dropping, in which he defended himself against Trisha. I'm only halfway through, and Ethan lying about me saying fire the whole crew. I'm officially and have lost all respect for him. Show those receipts. Show one time I said fire the whole crew. Hell, one time I said fire anyone. What the fuck is wrong with you? Which, again, we've debunked that, Trisha never said fire the crew, but Trisha did say get rid of the crew, we can hire new people for frenemies, a new camera person, hire my family, hire my friends, hire a new producer, like all these. So it does imply, to fire the crew because you don't want them working on frenemies anymore. It wasn't directly said, we've been through this. Right. But you already know that. It seems like other people don't. There's a lot of awful truths about me that you can expose, but just lying to the crew, telling them I want them all fired, you are a bold-faced liar. And I've never ever expected that Ethan would be a liar. I'm in shock right now. Like, in shock. That's why the crew didn't want to work. You told them I wanted them, fired. When have we ever had a conversation about them being fired? Where? Again, we've now seen, and Trisha has confirmed, that they wanted to hire a whole new team for frenemies, which does imply that the old team wouldn't have a job. Right? Let me ask the audience. This is a mic. Speak into it. Yes or no? Okay. He's not spinning something. He straight up made a lie. I wanted the crew fired. We're still on this. This and money is the main topic, it seems. And keeps reiterating that. So then a guy called Daniel Perez tweeted, do you really believe Ethan taking 100% of the highlights of frenemies and 55% of frenemies when he goes home, he'll have $0? Impossible. That would be the biggest, dumbest business move ever. And Hilo would not agree with that. It's common sense about Ethan saying that he loses more profit on frenemies rather than gaining. Trisha said, the lies. Never in a million years did I beg. There's a lot of typos here. Probably because there was fucking 10 tweets a fucking minute. When did I ever peg him, which in the UK means have sex with, but I know that Trisha meant beg. Did I peg him? All my UK people know. Did I beg him to be a liar? Like, I seriously trusted him with my life. No contracts, nothing. I really trusted him. I'm so confused. Here's the thing as well. Frenemies should have had contracts. That goes, Ethan fucked up big time there. There should have been contracts. And Trisha shouldn't have went into this without a contract. Trisha also fucked up there. When Frenemies started, it was quarantine. Nobody was working on Frenemies. Adding a Frenemies producer is not taking anyone's jobs away. But whenever you wanted to hire your sister and hire more people, and that is taking people's jobs away. I just met Zach this year. I maybe met AB twice last year, and Ian, I believe, the Steamies was his first episode. So, again, saying that they never really met the team. It was always me, Ethan, and Dan. Dan's a good man. It was never a whole crew, ever. For months, it was just the three of us. He started bringing them in more and more, and I did feel like an outsider, but never complained and definitely never asked to fire them. What? So we're still on this point. Even if I thought everyone should be fired, why would I ever say that? Look up videos of people who have worked with me. I'm not that person. Hiring a camera person or a producer takes no one's jobs away. I'm so confused. They just recently started being more involved with the vlogs. This is all new. H3 has expanded their employees by at least 4 since Frenemies started. It doesn't affect me at all. But if we're gonna have new people hired to help with Frenemies, where 100% of the highlights revenue is supposed to go to, I would love someone, that I could have my say in. But the full point that Ethan is bringing, that, these are crew members that he's hiring for his company. This is not Trisha's company. I think pretty self-explanatory. They are all friends. They've known each other for years. It would be nice to have gotten to hire someone, which he agreed to do the same night, and it was fine. There was no discussion of who, has to go in order for me to bring in someone new. He has all of these receipts he's pulled up of our DMs. Where's the receipts that I asked them to be fired? We're still on this. That's so fucking out of this world ridiculous. I have no idea why he would tell them that. All of the H3 employees come and I don't care. Do you believe that they don't care? Come. Keep them coming. I literally said how hard Ian works. But we can't add some more people, especially if we have the budget for that. And not the dumb 5%, but also 100% of the highlights. What's the big deal? Okay. Ethan saying he makes $0 on Frenemies is another bold-faced lie. He makes what I make, which is a lot. Again, I really hate the conversation of money being brought up here constantly. It makes me feel very uncomfortable, and I keep saying, how are we supposed to react to rich people complaining about not being more rich? We're in a pandemic, and most people are struggling to pay their rent. How are we supposed to react to, I make hundreds of thousands of dollars, but I don't make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay. Anyways. And then he also keeps the Frenemies highlights, which is 5 million views per month since the beginning. Frenemies highlights, 5%, 55%, hire a crew, gaslight. What other words do I hope I never have to hear in my life? Christ. He also promotes Teddy Fresh every episode, sponsorships, etc. I know what I make. He makes even more, and he makes a lot. Why act like you're not even breaking even? Someone said, from what I understood, she started with a producer, Ethan agreed, and then they pushed for a whole dedicated Frenemies crew about Trisha. Trisha said this never happened, but it's also heavily implied whenever Trisha says that they want to hire their family, then hire a new producer, a camera person. Okay. Someone said Ethan's video was him speaking his piece, which you have also been able to do. He was very respectful of you. I wish you could do the same. Trisha said he wasn't. He straight up lied so much. I'm uploading a video now, which we've already talked about. Remember the 3-parter fucking docu-series? They don't have the budget for that. If you want to pay for that, pay for it, but you're doing way too much right now. Trisha said he's hired 4 more H3 employees. Trust me when I say Frenemies has the budget for 1 additional. Okay. Someone said, Trisha, he said he makes 0 because of all of his income that he gets from Frenemies goes to the actual podcast and producing it. Trisha said, it's all lies. The amount of money he makes is ridiculous. We sit on the same set from the beginning. They just recently invested in new cameras and staff is on salary. They get paid before, during, and after Frenemies. It's a salary that existed before Frenemies came. But the full point is that the 5% is the family kind of size that you would pay. You would normally do 60%. So Ethan is having to give a lot of money that he makes from Frenemies to make up for the fact that 5% is going towards everything else. Right? Now, I'm not the most smart business person in the world, but I understand how that works. Right? Do you? Okay. Whatever. See, that's on Ethan. He should be cleared and cleared this up with the crew, being like, y'all can't work with us once we hire another person. Trisha said this, why would he not have us all sit in the room at the same time if there was any issue? I had no issue on my end with them. It's always been Ethan. He's deflecting. Someone said, isn't he also paying for the new production studio and merch and money for the things that y'all do in and out of the studio for frenemies? Trisha said, the office space was bought for H3, which also run frenemies, and Teddy Fresh pre-COVID. Frenemies wasn't even a thought. Me and Moses weren't even dating. Moses was working on the building before we dated. He's manipulating so much. Someone said, I'm just confused on this part. When you said that one of your favorite movies and that you loved the character you dressed up as, but then on the show you said multiple times you had no idea who you were dressed as, just wondering, which Trisha was getting called out by Ethan in the video that when they were rolling the cameras on screen, Trisha was making fun of the costumes that they dressed up as, saying that Ethan forced them to dress up like that they didn't even know the character, didn't watch the movie, but then Ethan showed the text messages that showed that Trisha was like, this is my favorite movie, I love this character, and then showed that it was a lie. Trisha said, the same way he forgot it was his idea. We text so much, but if you look at his screenshot, he's the one who says the costume idea. Yeah, but you're the one who said you've never watched the movie, even though you responded saying that you love the movie. Oh my god, this is like common knowledge. Which he insisted on Monday's episode, it was my idea. He forgot it was this way. He defended you three so much. Then Trisha said, he literally told the crew, Trish wants to fire you. That's the opposite of having my back. That's pinning us against each other. H3 Productions, ... someone said. The production company for your podcast. Got a studio that you refused to use? Remember? Trisha said, they got the studio before I even met Moses. Another lie he perpetrated to look like he did so much for me. That building was bought before I was ever in the picture. And it just feels so weird that Trisha is now going down this route of like, Ethan's done nothing for them, whenever they've admitted that Ethan has done a lot for them. Someone said, cosplaying was your idea. That's what he's saying. Damn. Trisha said, but it really wasn't. I said it for Halloween and every single outfit was brought up by them. I swear on my life. I have receipts to prove it. They'd see it on Reddit or the comments. Happy to pull up those receipts. Anyways, here we have Trisha now sharing more text conversations with Ethan that Trisha is coming for Ethan for doing with Trisha. Since he wants to show our private DMs too, I'm down, even though Trisha started. Here's all the costumes they suggested. I was happy to go along with them and I even got them made. But he said, I picked them all? It's a lie. It's the end of the world, guys. It's the end of the world. I'm the green. Frenemies group is the white. Here we have them saying someone suggested a Beetlejuice. Trisha says, I mean, Beetlejuice is my fave. I got that costume already. Let's do it. Costume idea. Oh my god. Costume idea, LMAO, I'm down, I have this in my closet, more costumes, OMG, yes. I just don't know why we need to see these conversations. Trisha said, I tried to suggest the costumes I wanted to, no replies from anyone on the group chat. Once again, he said it was always my idea for the costumes, but they were never my suggestions. So here we have Trisha saying that they want to do this one, and no one responds, allegedly. Then we have Trisha saying this, no one responds. Trisha says, I like cosplay. I was excited someone wanted to dress up with me. I got all the costumes around and paid for them. I was stoked about it. But saying they were my idea is another lie. I really don't know why this is such a big issue. Like, it's literally just putting on a costume. There seems to be much bigger issues here, you know what I mean? Or at least that's, like, what I'm taking from this. Okay. Oh, I spilled water over my screen. Sorry. Wait, I just apologized to my screen. Sorry. Someone said, is this all planned like Hollywood drama, or if not, it makes me concerned for everyone's mental health? Trisha said, it's not planned. I'm in utter shock that he lied so much. I've never ever known him to be a liar. I'm so fucking confused. Someone said, this queen focusing on tiny points when she's so right so she can ignore the big points where she's wrong. Trisha said, his big point is I wanted the crew fired. I asked for one receipt to prove it. That's all. Someone said, I truly hope Trisha sees my comment about watching Ethan's video with us and pausing and explaining each point. It'll be the best thing for them to do. Okay, then Trisha said, I'm doing that right now. He's so horrible. Someone said, exactly, he bought it for H3. Frenemies is a part of H3. Trisha, calm down. Trisha said, it wasn't at the time he purchased the building. Frenemies never existed. He made it seem like he bought the building because I was uncomfortable at his house. A huge, huge, misleading fucking lie. More text that we don't need to see. 2 Ethan lies. Him telling me the crew needs a few days. Not Ethan. Ethan has given me the address to filming hours prior. It doesn't make any sense. And also him not knowing I was quitting. On top of telling the crew I wanted to fire them. Telling the crew I want to fire them. I never want to hear that sentence again. Which is a lie. He's showing every other receipt but this one. So here we have Ethan says, you said some things that were hurtful to the crew. Trisha said they've done the same thing to me. AB questioning my motives with David. I forgave him. He had no place. Ethan said they just need a few days. And then Ethan says, regarding tomorrow, I think let's take time to cool off. The crew is kind of upset how it played out. And I don't blame them. You trashed them really bad. They work really hard. Okay. Someone said, Trisha, you wanting a new crew from Frenemies is taking away from the H3 production crew. That is firing them from the specific show. Not from H3, but from Frenemies. Come on, you're in defensive mode. Hiring a producer and a cameraman are two different things that we didn't have. That's not taking anyone's job away. They are all on a paid salary before Frenemies, and Frenemies didn't change how they were paid. This is so dumb. If anything, they were probably working extra because of the same show for the same price. I need burp. I'm so sorry, but I'm actually not. Someone said, you're one to talk about what they're getting paid when you were trying to take a cut from their salary. Trisha said, I wasn't. This is something that came out of nowhere. They were employees of H3 before Frenemies started. I just feel like I'm repeating the same thing over and over again. I have no say in what their salary is, and I never cut it. What the fuck? Someone said, well, if you want to hire a new crew, the crew is fired. So, Trisha, 1 + 1 = 2. Trisha said, that's not how it works. Y'all, that's not how it works. To hire 2 new people, lol. There wasn't even a crew the first 4 months of Frenemies, lol, 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 lol. They were getting paid way before Frenemies, during and after. Nothing I did affected their pay. Someone said, Trisha, you have to keep in mind this is your family too. Honestly, I hate to say you go down, this rabbit hole again. You were doing so good. Ethan is supposed to be your brother-in-law. Both of you should handle this privately. Miscommunication can happen. So this is someone rationally, I think is the right word to say in this situation, being like, let's, be adults and sort this off camera. This is Trisha's response. Ethan lied so much to the employees about stuff I never said. I will never forgive him. That's fucked up shit. I maybe mentioned hiring a Frenemies producer once before Monday. That's it. This is someone said, wanting to hire a new crew literally implies you want to get rid of the old one. They are not your employees to get rid of. Trisha said, I literally wanted one person for me there. Okay, but here's the thing. Trisha said that they wanted their own film camera, they want their own producer, they want to hire their sister, so that's a full crew in itself. Okay. They are all just for Ethan. We have but Ethan's company. I don't even feel like I need to argue these points. We have the budget to hire one person. How hard is this to understand? Clearly, apparently. Someone said, you can say no to suggestions, right? No one forced you to wear these costumes. You literally agreed to them with enthusiasm. Trisha said, of course, but my point is, he said all costumes were my ideas. Literally none of them were. Okay, then we have someone said, he's literally always been a producer. That's so embarrassing for you. Trisha said, he's always referred to me, to me, as tech. Sorry. Jesus. It is like 1 a.m. Give me a break. This was last night, and him telling me I was rude to 2 people I only said nice things to, other than I didn't like a segment. So, Dan is going to be there to manage tech, so Trisha proving that Ethan has said that Dan is tech. Okay, even though, any viewer knows that Dan is the producer. Dan's a good man. We love Dan. Someone said, does anyone think she knows what a spreadsheet is? I'd love her to discuss the production costs listed out for her monthly and where she would like changes for the budget to be made. Trisha said, another lie that he told. He's never shared budgets or expenses with me. I have no idea why he said this. He spends and sends me so much of the revenue videos and that's it. It was an odd lie. Someone said, Trisha, we saw you edited the messages about your costumes to fit your narrative. We don't trust your screenshots. Trisha says, I didn't edit it. I forgot I said that. I wanted to hype it up. I still got the costumes made for us, so here we have the conversations that Trisha lying or whatever the fuck, who cares? Jesus Christ. Once again, I didn't delete them. Trisha trying to prove that they didn't lie about editing screenshots because people proved that Trisha edited screenshots. It's back and forth and back and forth. I literally feel like I'm playing fucking tennis on Wii Sports. Trisha, no offense, but you benefited from Frenemies more than you think. You said it yourself. You grew from TikTok and YouTube, subscribers, OnlyFans, And it was a great deal, a little more than great. Trisha said, I never denied this. Ethan, however, claims he made no money, which is crazy. He's made an insane amount of money, like insane amount, and sponsors, and the Teddy Fresh plugs. He's making so much. He acting crazy by saying he makes no money. And Trisha's not addressing that each week they will literally force us to watch Trisha Paytas music videos. And promote them and and their merchandise release, you know what I mean? Okay, so now we have Trisha saying, exactly, why I see them, he's manipulating me, like I tell them I want to get them fired whenever I don't, this is not the case, and again, this incredible screenshot that we've seen time and time and time again that we're not going to read again. Someone said, he says whenever he profits, he puts back into the show. Trisha said, I assume you, or I assure you, he does not. He listed the initial set costs of new cameras, and his employees were on salary. I feel like we know that his employees are on salary at this rate, long before frenemies, and that they were on it before frenemies. I wish we put some of the 100% of the highlights, and the highlights as well, we're aware of that, he keeps towards production costs. That would be dope. Someone said, did you want to fire the frenemies crew and hire? Trisha said, no, that's my whole point. He pulled that out of his ass. Someone said, he puts it back into his business, which includes your show. Trisha said he does not in the slightest. Not even 1% of the highlights money goes to our show. Guarantee, I would love to see it. Someone said, I doubt he keeps 100% of the highlights profit. And then Trisha said he does, that's why he's avoiding it. He's always kept it since day one. Here we have Ethan saying we can do 50-50 on revenue. It's basically just 50-50 on all money on the main episodes. There is highlights, we can keep that money to cover production costs and such. Trisha says, okay, that makes total sense to me. Obviously didn't. So I don't know what this screenshot proves other than Ethan is using it for production costs. Someone said, he said all profits went into merchandise. Trisha posts the exact same screenshot again to a different person. And again, the exact same screenshot. Someone was like, why are you sharing screenshots? He said, he did the same thing to me, so I guess we're the same person. These are two adults, a question here. Okay, we'll read out... Do I have to read out more? Okay, I'm literally not going to read out more. Yeah, I'm not going to read out more. But there is more. So, this is what we're dealing with. They were the tweets that Trisha tweeted, all within the space of 30 minutes of each other last night about Ethan. I want to know what your opinion is about it. We can talk about it below. Thank you for watching. Cheers. I hope pretty soon we start acting like adults. Coming from an 18-year-old. Bye. Can we grow up, please? Bye.